So Black Girls Film Camp is something that I was envisioning for quite some time. I wanted this to be a community where we can actually take a concept or a story that they have from dream to screen. And that's how it started. And now we're 3 years strong going into year 4.
I titled the film Beauty Mark. I really created it to let Black girls know that you can do anything and don't stop doing what you love just because you have a setback. You can always bounce back and continue.
My film is titled The Hidden Flavor, and it is about a young girl named Willow who explores self-confidence and individuality through rainbow ice cream.
The week before I started filming, my location fell through. I just had like a breakdown in the car, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I had my breakdown, and I came back up, and I was like, okay, we got to go. I had to do it.
I received a letter from Mrs. Michelle Obama because I expressed my passion to such an amazing and just iconic Black woman. I was then able to be in another room with her, and I knew that in every room I'm in, I always have to put myself out there and talk about my dreams and goals because you never know what can come out of it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Essence Film Festival. My name is Fanshen Cox. I am the founder of Trujillo. Trujillo stands for Truth, Justice, and Love, so we uplift stories that speak truth in pursuit of justice in service of love. Sister Brunch is all about uplifting Black women and gender-expansive people who are thriving in entertainment and media. We are so thrilled to have our very first podcast interview here at the Essence Film Festival with Black Girls Film Camp. We created the podcast exactly for these girls right here. We want to inspire them. We want them to know that there is an industry that they should enter and that they've got aunties. We are here to support these girls no matter what they want to do in terms of telling their stories. We are here for them. So I want to start off by introducing you to the fabulous, phenomenal, amazing, there just aren't even enough words to describe her, Ms. Jamaica Anderson. She's the founder, along with Sierra Davis, of Black Girls Film Camp, the free 12-week experience held annually for high school age Black girls from across the country, and they learn filmmaking skills, and then they find 10 finalists and they help produce and distribute those films that these finalists make during the film camp. It's the only one in the country that does this and gives this kind of support. The girls receive screenwriting and filmmaking equipment, mentorship from truly some of the biggest names in Hollywood, and they get a full production team to support them. And by the way, my niece Jada Cox was part of Black Girls Film Camp this year, so I really got a bird's eye view of everything they did. It was one of the best programs I've ever got to witness happening. So let's have Ms. Jamaica Anderson start off by talking about why she created the Black Girls Film Camp.
Thank you, Fanshen. We're super excited to be here. So Black Girls Film Camp, this is something that I was envisioning for quite some time. I have been in the space of doing media literacy. How many of y'all ever heard of the term media literacy? Okay, media literacy folks out here. So I was in this field doing media literacy, which is basically teaching the skills to be able to analyze and critically consume media, right? Another huge component of media literacy is the creation aspect. So I had been doing that for about 15 years. It wasn't until I was pursuing my Ph.D. that I started to hone in on Black girls and looking at the disparities that they had with literacy proficiency and technology proficiency, which basically, if you look into the data, Black girls score the lowest in literacy proficiency out of their gender peer group. Black boys are number one, then Black girls. And also when we see the disparities behind the camera with opportunities to create our own narratives. And so I said I wanted to do something about it. And I reached out to some of the filmmakers that were in my life, that were in the industry, and pitched to them this idea to basically create this space for Black girls to create their own stories. I wanted them to come into this space. I wanted this to be a community where we can actually take a concept or a story that they have from dream to screen. And that's how it started. And now we're 3 years strong going into year 4.
Yes. We are so grateful to you for everything you're doing. And now I want to introduce each of the girls, and we'll have you talk a little bit about your film. So we have Sanaa Wilkins.
Hi, guys.
Her film is called Beauty Mark. So hello, Sanaa Wilkins. We have Sydney White, and her film is called Within. and that is also screening here at the Essence Film Festival.
Hi, everyone.
Sydney, you just finished her freshman year at USC.
Yes. Go ahead, Sydney. I love it. Also, I think one of these young ladies got a letter recently from the Obamas. We're definitely going to talk about that. We also have Camille Satterwhite-Rambert.
Hey, y'all.
And we have Addison Bellone.
Hi, everyone.
So let's start with Sanaa and her film Beauty Mark. Can you tell us about the film?
So I titled the film Beauty Mark because it's based on a story that happened to me about 3-4 years ago. I was diagnosed with scoliosis and I had surgery, and I was also a dancer. So the film is basically about just recovering and going back to doing what I love and learning to embrace my mark because, after surgery, you do have a mark. And I was really insecure about it. But one day, my aunt, she was like, Sanaa, just call it your beauty mark. So I've been calling it my beauty mark ever since, and I named the film Beauty Mark. I really created it to let Black girls know that you can do anything and don't stop doing what you love just because you have a setback. You can always bounce back and continue.
Love it. And what was your experience with Black Girls Film Camp like?
I loved it. I loved it so much. I learned a lot of vocabulary, a lot of tips, things I didn't know. I grew. I learned how to network. I learned how to communicate. It really is a great camp to do. Like, you learn a whole bunch. Sisterhood, you get everything from it. Yeah.
Thank you, Sanaa. Let's go to Sydney White. So again, your film is Within. Talk to us about why you decided to tell this story.
So why I decided to tell the Within story is because I feel like a lot of Black girls struggle with self-image growing up, especially with their hair. So in my story, it's a young Black girl struggling with her hair because someone told her that, it's not as attractive as something else. So through the film, she's kind of trying to figure out, does she want to go this way with what society likes, or does she want to go with what she likes?
Thank you, Sydney. What was your favorite thing about your time with Black Girls Film Camp?
My favorite thing, this is hard. I think for me, it was meeting all the Black women in the film industry. Like, every session, like till this day, I don't think I was really acknowledging the type of Black women I was meeting. And it really showed me, especially before going to USC, it was like, this space, this film industry is a place for me, and there's people waiting for me to be there and be in that space. So it definitely gave me confidence.
Oh, yes, I love it so much. You don't know how much you are warming my heart right now. So something that I experience a lot in Hollywood is imposter syndrome, going into rooms and feeling like, how do I pitch this project to these big names, these big people? And I love so much that you all are getting to experience being in front of exactly those people and understanding that you don't need to have imposter syndrome. You belong in these rooms because you're already here.
Sid has a really good story that I think you probably don't want to talk about it, do you, Sid?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's so many things that come out of the program that we're like, whoa, with that was an experience that really sharpened you. But I remember you were telling about the moment when you were on set and you were shooting your film, and it was like one of the first moments where you felt like everybody was relying on you and looking at you, and you were almost like, I can't do this. And then you had to prove to yourself and push through. Do you remember that conversation we had?
Right. The day before, probably like the week before I started filming, because my location fell through. I just had like a breakdown in the car because I was like, I have this actress and I have the dad and I have the actors and they need the location. I don't have a location. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I had my breakdown and I came back up and I was like, okay, we got to go. I had to do it.
What was that voice or inspiration that got you to just keep going?
It was honestly my creative coach, which I really appreciate our production teams. Miss Kellyanne Jordan, she is amazing. I called her and I was like, I'm dying. I don't know what to do. And she was like, Sydney, it's okay. Take a moment. She was just helping me breathe through it. So,
I mean, again, that just speaks to the power of Black Girls Film Camp. When you come into Hollywood, you're going to be surrounded with peers who have gone through the same things. Unlike a lot of us right now who are my age, who were really kind of alone. And I just love that you all are coming up together in this way. I love it. Okay, so, all right, let's go to Camille Satterwhite-Rambert. Let's talk about the film that you made for Black Girls Film Camp.
hello, everyone. So my film is titled The Hidden Flavor, and it is about a young girl named Willow who explores self-confidence and individuality through rainbow ice cream. So in my story, each character, the flavors represent like their personality. So the main character, her signature flavor is rainbow ice cream because when I think of rainbow ice cream, it's like very bright, very bold. You know, you go in the ice cream shop, you're like, wow, like it's very colorful and it looks good. But people really don't get rainbow ice cream. So it's just lonely in the back of the ice cream freezer. So this girl, she's very bright, she's bold, she's confident, but she's very lonely because not a lot of people understand her and they love her. And, you know, they say she's very beautiful and confident, but they never choose her because they think it's too much. And so I think that's something that a lot of Black girls struggle with. You know, like we're very beautiful and we have these big personalities. We're very strong and confident, but a lot of people don't know how to handle that. So they just sit us to the side.
Yes, yes. We just get to be our bold, beautiful selves all the time. Okay. And Ms. Addison Bellome, what was your film for Black Girls Film Camp?
Yes, so hi everyone. I'm actually a part of the most recent cohort, which was cohort 2023. So I was in a cohort with Jada.
Yes.
Yeah. And I created my film. It's titled A Thin Line Between Black and White. And it's about a young girl who's an activist. And she's going through some things right now. Her parents have passed away. And there was a situation that happened with her friend where she wants to, conduct a protest for it. And that evening, at the same time while she's dealing with all of this, she goes home and she lives with her uncle, and her uncle lets her know that an unexpected guest is coming to dinner. So like having like a That's So Raven type moment, she has a vision like, who is this lady gonna be? Like, what's really gonna happen? And it's a big shocker at who this woman is because she has these preconceived notions about who she is. And it's really a deep conversation between these two women who have differing personalities, lifestyles, and just experiences with Ayana being a Black girl and who this woman is. And it's really just a deep conversation between the two of them and a Black girl finally trying to put out there like her experiences and having someone listen and understand her.
Beautiful. And did you recently receive a letter? And I'm not talking about like an email, but like an actual letter at home. Do you want to talk about the letter that you got?
So yeah, I received a letter from Mrs. Michelle Obama. I have been in collaboration with the Obama Foundation and the Girls Opportunity Alliance since 2021. I first attended a roundtable discussion with the Girls Mentoring Program I was in where Mrs. Obama showed up in 2021. And it was a shocker because no one knew that she was going to come. But I knew at that moment it was my one shot to speak about my passion and tell her, I want to be a filmmaker and how important it is to me. And then because I spoke up for myself and because I expressed my passion to such a amazing and just iconic woman, Black woman at that, I was then able to be in another room with her. And I knew that in every room I'm in where it's big people like Mrs. Michelle Obama, the Obama Foundation, and the Girls Opportunity Alliance, I always have to put myself out there and represent myself well and talk about my dreams and goals because you never know what can come out of it. And after doing all that and networking, I was able to work on some short films with them, with her Girls Opportunity Alliance, as I'm a representative for it. I was flown out to New York to speak there with the films I worked on. And after that, I kind of just, used my tools of like networking and a lot of networking tips I learned from Black Girls Film Camp in regards to, when you're in rooms with people, you have to put yourself out there. So I emailed different people from the Obama Foundation and let them know, hey, I created this film with this amazing program, Black Girls Film Camp. The same way I was talking about my passion in 2021, I'm still striving for it and pursuing it. And after all those emails, it got to Mrs. Obama and she sent me a letter speaking about, it was very personal. She signed it and everything. Talking about how proud she is of me and I won Best Cinematography at the award show. So saying that's amazing and that she's always rooting for me and to just keep following my dreams.
Yes. Yes. Dr. Anderson, you all had a big surprise this year. What was it like to bring these girls to that campus?
So the ladies this year got to meet Ava DuVernay, and she surprised them actually. So this year we worked with Array. So we set up a partnership for our LA retreat. So every year we fly all of the girls to LA. Each girl has an editor, a coach. We fly them and a parent. So it's 40 Black girls and women we fly to LA for about 4 nights, 5 days where they're in LA, and we partner to give them amazing experiences where they can be exposed further in the film industry. So Array was excited about what we were doing with bringing our next cohort out. and they wanted to customize an experience for the girls. So when I tell you, no one throws a party like an array party. When we showed up to the creative campus, they had the Ava DuVernay ice cream truck sitting outside giving us free ice cream. We were like, is this for us? Is this free? And so, you know, we got our ice cream, and then they brought us into the Amanda Theater. And then they customized an experience for the girls to do, like post-production, to see something that's in the works. The adults couldn't even come in. The parents couldn't come in because it's like G14 classified. But they allowed the girls to come in and give critiques and give feedback on one of the projects that they're working on. But in that process, they were like, okay, we're going to have the girls come out. And then when the girls came out, all I know is all the adults were left inside, and we just heard screams. And we were like, okay, that must be Ava. Ava is here. And so she had came to surprise the girls, and she was just really excited to hear about what they were working on, learn about the films that they were producing in the camp. And she told us, she's like, y'all family now, so we're going to try to keep it through that.
I love
it. It was amazing.
So beautiful. You want to talk about some of the other surprises that you had?
Oh, gosh. I mean, well, some not surprises, but they were still big moments. Gina Prince Bythewood was one of our speakers. So we did a fireside chat with her, and the girls were really geeking out, me included, because I'm a big fan of Gina Prince Bythewood. So we had all the questions, and she was so super dope. Like, she was like, we're not getting off until everybody asks all the questions they want. Like, we were on that call for like two hours that evening. Gina Prince Bythewood, we had the amazing Connie Orlando from BET. I'm going to let some of the girls talk about what they enjoyed.
Besides the two of them, who had the lasting impact on you?
I say we spoke with Miss Twinkie Bird. She was one of our speakers. She kept it so real. She was like just amazing, talking about just Black women in the industry. So I really enjoyed her. That was probably one of my favorites.
Yes, I also enjoy Miss Twinkie. We also got a chance to talk to Miss Karen Parsons from Fresh Prince.
The original Hillary.
Yes, the original Hillary. Yeah, we also had speakers at our 2022 showcase, and we got to talk to Coco Jones, which I'm a big Coco fan. So we met the original Hillary and now the new Hillary. So those are probably my favorites.
Kemby Banks was my favorite because I've been wanting to meet her for a while because I saw her on a USC thing, and then I saw that she worked on the Sex Life of College Girls, and I was like, I need to like talk to this woman, and for Black Girls Film Camp to have that opportunity right there, it was just really cool. So that was very memorable for me.
What about Karen Tolliver?
Oh, yes, Karen Tolliver. She actually delivered my award for Best Overall Film, I believe. I love everything about her. We got tips from her. She shared stories. She's a producer of Hair Love. Have y'all seen Hair Love? Yes, that's like a really big short film. She's just a great role model overall.
I absolutely love it. So can you each tell us about an early memory that you have of learning about Black history that made you feel more confident or that made you understand what was possible for you? Dr. Anderson?
Oh, let's see here. I'm going to be quite honest. Everything that I thought I knew about Black history changed when I went in to pursue my Ph.D. And really relearning the history that I was taught in grade school, what I thought I knew, even as an adult. I think if I had to think of the moment in Black history that is really empowering, I would say the Harlem Renaissance era is really empowering. Just to see the creativity and the shift in our realities that took place, the concept of the new Negro, like us just coming from so much disparity, so much hardship, so much poverty, and how we continue to elevate and rise. And some of my favorite poets and musicians are still from that era. But to know that we did it just for the love of who we are and our culture and nothing more, not for the money, not for anything. And we created beautiful, life-changing experiences and art. That's been very inspirational. And I always still seek inspiration from that era.
I really feel like Black Girls Film Camp is part of this renaissance in Hollywood. You're planting seeds for us to make these big changes. I love it. Okay, so each of you girls, please.
I think for me, so back when I was growing up, my dad used to make me read the history of like 100 Black people, 100, it's just big, like Bible-sized book. And I'd be like 10, and it would irk me so bad because he was like, read it, write a summary. And I'd be like, Dad, like, it's whatever, like, we're all people. Like, I was like, growing up until like probably middle school, I was like, all people, I'm not black, I'm brown. Like I was, you know what I mean? Like, I was that type of person. So when 2020 hit and George Floyd, and there was like something that it just clicked in me. I was like, Sydney, there is a big difference, and I need you to know this. You know what I mean? And I was also learning about the Reconstruction era in my American history class, and I was like, man, they freed us and dropped us. So it was just like, it was just like so many things going on with me, and that's probably the point that inspired me and made me realize how important it is to be Black and how important it is to be proud to be Black and also knowing your history.
Beautiful.
For me, not really a moment, but again, like history and stuff, us Black people, we are like really the first people to start stuff. Like as far as inventions and stuff, we're the blueprint of everything. So like that gives me motivation. I can do anything. I'm the blueprint. I'm the first one who started this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just the motivation. We the blueprint of everything, y'all. They
Love
didn't
it.
make
Yes.
I love that. I'd say for me, it's like a culmination of different things. Just whenever I learn like a new story about like a Black woman in history who's like made such an impact, the Rosa Parks, the Harriet Tubmans, Sojourner Truth, Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison, like all these different Black women who have changed the way the world is or changed our mindsets. I think about them and how they had to persevere through, the things that they were going through that time, like racism and people, not believing in what they're saying. And I kind of think, okay, now that I'm being blessed with an opportunity to sit at an Essence Film Festival panel or create films where I can uplift my community, I got my ancestors behind me, which we had a conversation about this last night. The ancestors are up there making some moves and moving things.
Loving seeing
here.
this, right? Yes.
Yeah. And so I kind of just always keep them in the back of my mind because I know there's things that they went through. They might not have ever been able to get to this place. So I always have to represent them well. My family picked cotton in Mississippi, and my family also, was in Haiti and going through a lot there. So I also just know that I'm carrying a lot of people on my back and I have to make them proud.
Yes.
Yes. For me, it would just be knowing my family history. My great aunt was the first Black midwife in South Carolina. Yes, Maudie Callan.
So that story is coming, right? That film is coming. You don't make that film, right?
I will.
Okay.
And just like knowing her history, like she was recognized by so many people, Ronald Reagan, and like she was really ahead of her time, if I'm being honest. And just knowing her story, my great granddad was the first biomedical scientist in South Carolina as well. So just knowing that Black history is in my bloodline, like it's like, okay, like you gotta do it for your ancestors. I have to do it for my family. So that's really what motivates me.
Okay. All right. This is a quick round question. So each of you gets like 2 words at the most, and then I'll do one last question after that. I promise, maybe. So we're called Sister Brunch because we came out of the DGA trainee program. And there's this program at the Directors Guild of America. They're actually doing a panel here at the Essence Film Festival. And the women of color in the program were needing some extra love and attention on the weekends because they were on these sets. They were experiencing microaggressions, straight racism, sexism. And so some of the Black women mentors of the trainee program said, let's get together on the weekends and have a Sister Brunch. And that's how Sister Brunch was born. So I want to hear your favorite brunch item. So let's go down the line. Favorite brunch item.
Shrimp and grits.
French toast, chicken and waffles.
French toast again.
Shrimp and grits.
Good. Okay. All right. And now the final question. We want to support you. We want to follow your work. We want to uplift you. Tell us, one, how can we find you and support you? And also, what is next for you in the world?
I'll go ahead and shout out Black Girls Film Camp. We popping on IG, and also visit our website, blackgirlsfilmcamp.org. The most recent cohorts films just hit the website this week. They premiered their films about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. So these are the fresh new films that just came out, but there's over 30 Black girls short films that have been produced over the last 3 years, and you can find them on our website.
It is my favorite IG account to follow. Honestly, this will uplift you every single day. Be sure to follow them. Yes.
You guys can follow me at Sanaa._Antoinette. Sanaa is SANAA._Antoinette. And I would like to be a dermatologist, but minor in film at USC.
Yes. Thank you, Sana.
All right. You all can follow me at directorsI_08. Directors Eye, the name of my film business that I have.
Wait a minute. Did you just say the film business?
Yes, that's how I got started. So yes, and honestly, I say the future for me. I just hope to use the power of film to uplift my community and do it in a positive and creative way.
You can follow me or like keep up with my work at Sydney Neon on YouTube. So that would be SYDNEYNEON, no space, Sydney Neon at YouTube. And I think next for me, I'm working on a script right now for a show. So I kind of want to create a pilot episode about 4 Black girls going to a PWI. So that's what I'm working on right now. But definitely just creating authentic stories for Black women and POC to relate to. So yeah.
I would love to take that pitch from you. So we'll talk about that afterwards. Okay. Yes.
You guys can connect with me on Instagram and YouTube at the Camille Jewel, CAMILLEJULE. And in April, I wrote my first children's book, The Hidden Flavor, which is based off my short film. So you can go purchase one at my website, camillejewel.org.
Thank you so much. We love you all. We are here for you. We're going to talk about a little partnership for season 5 of Sister Brunch. Congratulations to all of you. We are so excited to continue to see you thrive and grow as filmmakers, as storytellers, and anything you want to do in the world. We will see you around here at the Essence Film Festival. Bye-bye, everybody.